Chris, what is your position on the rapture, specifically the pre-tribulation rapture? Isn't it a view that is usually associated with evangelicals?
It's not a mainstream Catholic view, and it's not even a mainstream Christian view if you take the broad spectrum of Christianity. What it is it's a scam view, all right? It's by people interpreting the Bible to make it appear inevitable that we were going to have to go the doomsday route, all right? And basically what it is this. We reach a point of divergence, which is the omega point. They convince us that there's no choice but to go the parasitic route, which is a doomsday route. At that point, God will save only and all of those who are worth saving by pulling them out of here in spirit. All right? And that's what the rapture is. The rapture does not mean that some goofy little Christian who's sitting in a country church, basically, and spending his Sundays, watching sports and guzzling beer or whatever the hell he does. It doesn't mean that that kind of person is going to be saved. You can't just sit on your ass and allow this to happen and expect to gain salvation from it. That can't be the case.
Okay, so what you're saying is that people who are in power positions have tried to convince people that this doomsday is bound to happen so that people won't stand in the way of it?
It comes from a number of controversial biblical interpretations, beginning with the Schofield Bible. That's these annotated Bibles that you get that actually have little red lettering all over them that tells you how to interpret various passages in the Bible. And there's a passage in the Bible from which all of this rapture stuff is taken. And that's the idea that Christians before the tribulation, at the moment of divergence, or when the divergence actually occurs, will all be rise into the air. They'll leave their bodies, just go kapoof, and turn into a pile of ashes, but their spirits will rise up into the air where Jesus will meet them and trundle them off to a new world.
How long has this belief system been occurring, and how prevalent is this viewpoint?
Since near the beginning of the 20th century, about the last 1 1/4 centuries, I guess, is when they started putting this into the public awareness, indoctrinating Christians to believe that, well, it's going to happen, it's all going to go down, we're through. Might as well just await the rapture. Meanwhile, don't say any cuss words, otherwise you won't get to go to heaven. All right? In other words, basically causing everybody who should be fighting against what is happening to regress to an infantile state, a state of helplessness, where they simply allow it to happen.
Now, what percentage of the Christian population do you think ascribes to this?
In the United States, unfortunately, it could be a numerical majority of them subscribe to this. Well, it's dispensationalism. I mean, the Baptists, which are a very, very strong denomination, both the Midwestern and Southern Baptists subscribe to this nonsense, and many other denominations do as well. So we're in trouble. Unless really these people can be snapped out of it, because they're the ones who are supposed to be fighting. They call themselves Christians, but see, the whole essence of Christianity is that we have moral responsibility for the world. That means that we create the world. We actually help in its creation. Dispensationalism is meant to make you believe that no, actually, there is no such thing as free will, and this is all going to go down as written in prophecy. You don't really have free will, so you might as well just resign yourselves to what's going to happen. This is antithetical to Christianity. These people are caught in a paradox.